An ingredient that you want to add to your Thanksgiving list, if you don't have it already in your pantry, is dark soy sauce. Adding a little bit of dark soy sauce to your gravy makes it really nice. Hi everybody, it's Bill from The Walks of Life, and you're just in time because the turkey's done, and today I'm going to show you how to make gravy. Okay, look at that. Looking pretty good. Golden brown. We're going to tent it while it's resting. So today we're going to talk to you about how to make arguably one of the most important items on your Thanksgiving table, the turkey gravy. Now, many of you, including guests in the past who have visited us, have said, oh, we use a packet. That's kind of crazy, a packet. You have everything that you need right here from this turkey to make the best tasting gravy you'll ever have. If you've never done it this way, you have to try it. I've been making it since my father taught me when I was a kid. He was the head roast cook at Roastingers, and he used to roast turkeys and roasts, prime rib roasts, you name it. We've made little adjustments here and there, but to use the drippings from the roasting pan, that is the way to go. And while we're making gravy, I'm going to share with you tips and tricks that we've learned over the years and that you're going to use for years to come. So the key to your gravy is having a good turkey. And the way we prepare our turkey is we dry brine it. What's dry brine? It's marinating with salt, pepper, and an olive oil base. So if you've heard the term dry brining, that's what this is. A marinated turkey. We have a post and also a YouTube video on Grandpa's Thanksgiving turkey. Obviously not my grandpa, but Sarah and Kaitlin's grandpa. So for the turkey gravy seasonings, we keep it really simple. We add a little paprika for both color and flavor, salt and pepper. Now a lot of that is already in the turkey drippings, so you might not even need that much salt. Taste as you go, as you're mixing the gravy and as you're thickening it, and of course you're gonna do a final taste test and re-season as needed. Once you take that turkey out, every second counts. All right, turkey's been resting just for a few minutes. We're gonna drain it and we're gonna put it on the plate and let it continue to rest. Now here's where you have to move fast. So you've got this drippings, and you'll notice there's fat in here and there's also liquid. Now it looks like we're a little bit light on liquid, so we might add some water to this. But first off, we're gonna pour off the liquid here. So when you collect the drippings, it is good to use a gravy separator with a strainer, or you could use a separate strainer as well. And you're gonna do this really slowly, don't rush, because you see all these vegetables starting to tumble down here. Now, if you don't have one of these fancy gadgets, you can just pour it off into a mason jar or even a bowl, and all the oil is gonna float up to the top, and what you're gonna do is you're going to scoop the oil out, and if there's a little bit of dripping in there, it's no big deal. It all adds flavor. Okay, that should be good. So now you see we've got fat over here, and we've got liquid here. You see that? That's all nice broth, and that's what we're gonna use to flavor the gravy. So I'm gonna pour it out, and the object of this is just to isolate the fat, which we're gonna use to make the roux. So this is coming out. Now it's mostly fat coming out. That's good. And there's a little bit of liquid in there, that's okay. And now we're left with some pan juices, which this is a good amount of pan juices, but we like to make more gravy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some hot water, 1.5 cups, and I'm gonna add it to this. And I'm just gonna give it a gentle stir. All that little extra water is gonna cause all the flavor to release. Sometimes you may let it dry out, or you're like, oh, I don't have any drippings. That's fine. After you take your turkey out to rest, you bring your pan over to the stove. You can put it even on the stove top, put a little bit of hot water or even boiling water in there, and just deglaze the entire pan, and then you're gonna have your turkey drippings. The drippings are super important because it has the roasted mirepoix in there, the onion, carrot, and celery, and it has all that turkey flavor that is caramelized on the pan. And of course, you're also gonna use chicken stock. Before I pour the liquid out, I'm gonna, wow, look at that neck. I'm gonna put this neck in there and someone's gonna enjoy it later. What I got here is a strainer in a bowl. I am actually gathering all the stuff on one side of this roasting pan so it doesn't actually fall down.
Splash.
It's splash in there, exactly. So, and oh, by the way, all of the rest of these drippings have got to go into your turkey congee or your turkey soup. We have recipes for both. And sometimes if we have a lot of vegetables and we feel like it, because these look delicious, you can even serve this as a side dish on the table. So let's see what we have here. We have all this strained, and we're just gonna put that aside. And these pan drippings are what's gonna make your gravy fantastically delicious. Along with the turkey fat, it's gonna be an exploding turkey flavor. So at this point, we've got the turkey resting on the plate. We've got our fat drained. We've got our turkey drippings. We've got flour, paprika, and black pepper. And we've got our cornstarch slurry. 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of water. You don't have to use it all. Very important to get all this ready. When you're making the turkey gravy, focus on the turkey gravy. And I imagine on Thanksgiving Day, you're gonna have a lot of helpers, and they're gonna be setting the table and running around and getting all the rest of the dinner ready. You're focusing on the gravy, and it's gonna be fast. So let's get to it. No surprise here, we make our gravy right in the wok. The wok gives you a lot of space. You won't have to worry about the gravy splashing all over the place. Has these nice angled sides, so the gravy is coming. Trust me, use the wok. So now for the roux, what a roux is, for those of you who don't know, is you're gonna cook flour and fat together. What that is automatically a thickening agent. And after you have that thickening agent and you season it, you're gonna put stock in there, the juices from your turkey and also chicken stock. We've got about half a cup of turkey fat here. There's some particles in there, that's okay, no big deal. Makes the gravy a little bit rustic. So I've got this on medium heat right now, and I'm gonna put the paprika and the pepper. I'm just gonna stir it up. And then I'm just gonna dump in the flour gradually.
Gradually.
Yeah, I'm not sure it matters anyway.
You just whisk out the lumps.
And the idea of this roux also, you have to cook out the flour. If you don't cook out the flour, guess what? It's gonna taste like raw flour. It looks pretty smooth. And you can just smell. You smell that turkeyness. Okay, I'm gonna add our pan drippings that we did. And you gotta do this quickly because it's gonna really congeal fast. And as this heats up, it's gonna thicken. So quick tip on the ratios. Basically, it's a 1-to-1 ratio on turkey fat and flour. So if you don't have a lot of turkey fat and you want to make more gravy, just substitute a little bit of butter in there and it'll have a nice buttery gravy. We're gonna add 3 cups of chicken stock. So this might seem like a lot of gravy, but we want leftovers, and we have a lot of gravy lovers in the family, and we want leftovers for the next day. So now it's a little bit of a light color. It's a little bit thin, but we're gonna take care of that. But I'm gonna taste it. It's really good. But I think it needs a little bit more salt. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add about a teaspoon of dark soy sauce. An ingredient that you wanna add to your Thanksgiving list, if you don't have it already in your pantry, is dark soy sauce, as opposed to the regular or light soy sauce. Light soy sauce doesn't have the depth of flavor as the dark soy sauce does. And the dark soy sauce also has this really nice darkening power. You see that? It's dark and it's slowly dripping down. And if I do the same for this guy, it disappears really quickly. That's how you tell the difference between dark soy sauce and the regular soy sauce. Just be sure to taste as you go along, because dark soy sauce is salty. And we've got a low simmer on this. Ooh, look at that. Adds a richness in color and flavor. Now I'm gonna bring this all back to a simmer, and I'm gonna add the cornstarch slurry. But before I do that, my slurry has definitely settled, so I'm just gonna stir it up. And again, people, you don't have to pour all the slurry in. Everybody says, oh my God, I poured the slurry in there and it was too thick. Well, you gotta watch. Heat is different and the amount of liquid is slightly different. Maybe you added a little bit more cornstarch in here than water. All kinds of variables. Just use what you need. And if you have leftover, it's okay. We leave it on the counter and sometimes it dries over. That's fine. Just add water later the next day and you can use it again. I'm just gonna drizzle it in, and stirring as you drizzle because you don't want lumps.
I think you could turn the heat up a bit.
I got so many cooks in the kitchen these days. You may not have made enough roux to thicken the gravy entirely, especially if you want to make more gravy. If it's too thick, it's very easy. You add a little bit more stock. But if it's too thin, then you add the cornstarch, and that'll thicken it up as well. And it actually gives it a little bit more silky feel to your gravy. All right. And that is a signal that your gravy is ready to go. So this gravy may look a little bit thin, but as the gravy cools down a little bit, it's gonna thicken up.
Yeah, because sometimes there's years that we think it's thick, and then by the time it hits the table, you like cut off a block of gravy.
Right, right. It's gelled already. So let's see. Whoa. Okay, awesome. Let's put it in the gravy bowl. Serve it up. Everybody's waiting at the table at this point. Okay, let's launch the boat. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. I want to get a bite inside the gravy pond. I've reached the pond. The gravy is so good. Gravy is an essential part of the turkey dinner meal. I mean, obviously turkey is super important, but without a good gravy, you're missing out. Come on, this is a great dinner right here.
Of course.
Look at this. It's simple, comes together quick.
A lot of people are intimidated by Thanksgiving, but I think it's an easy meal to make.
Yeah.
Compared to Chinese spread.
Compared to
To a 15-course
It's a
Chinese New
cakewalk.
Year dinner that Ma pulled off in the year 2024.
Thanksgiving is one of those meals where I can actually socialize people while we're cooking.
Yeah, if we're cooking a Chinese spread, sometimes it's tough.
So I hope you learned no more packet gravy. Make your gravy from scratch. You've got everything you need. So if you enjoyed this video, give us a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And be sure to visit thewalksoflife.com for a complete set of recipes for your Thanksgiving dinner. Enjoy, folks. Oh yeah, look at that. You should get some B-roll of this.